Thanks. So I'm going to start the presentation for the Goldengate, and I'm sorry, I think it took a lot of time, and somehow it was not working, so I just changed it. So just to start with, I'm just starting with the replication part, the Goldengate replication, why it is required, why we are using Goldengate. So the main purpose of the Goldengate, I think it's replication, and is the best solution right now provided in this replication. So what is replication? What's the database replication? Why we do it? Most of us know that replication is just creation of a copy of the database, creation of multiple copies of the same database, and the changes applied at one site should be forwarded to each remote location. So it's just creating a copy of the database at different location, and changes applying at the production site it should be forwarded and applied to each one of the remote locations. So why we actually do it? We do it just to distribute the load. Maybe we have one production server and we want that we do have a different reporting server as well, so that we don't put much burden on the production, and the updates which are happening on the production should not be slowed down. So what we do, we create one more test machine, and which is replica of that machine, and all the changes which are happening on the Goldengate would happening on that database should be replicated to that test machine. So we are distributing the load. We can also use as a failover system. If one of the servers fail or main function fail, the next can come over, and it can provide fast and local access to the shared data. We have servers at different places. Now what we can do that we have servers at different places, so it will provide, so each at its local area, it will provide faster access. So now why Goldengate? Now what Goldengate is? So it's Goldengate, I told you, the best solution provided right now for the replication, for creating or for the migration of the databases. So just I just want to just give a brief introduction of the background of the Goldengate, from where it starts up. It's a software which is developed by the organization in 1980, and it was purchased by Oracle somewhere in 2009 and 2010, and it was in the so more got popular in 2010. So right now it's the best-in-class solutions, and best in real-time data integration solutions. So in online, the database is online, I want to replicate, so it's the best solution right now provided. So these are the different features, or would I say why I'm the scope of the Goldengate. It enables continuous data availability by capturing and delivering updates of the critical information. It just captures the information from one database, all the changes are meeting on one database, it captures and delivers it with the secondary database or the test machines, we can say. And definitely companies are expected to gain improved business intelligence across the enterprise by using this solution, because it provides 24/7 uptime. It doesn't require a downtime for any kind of replication, for any kind of migration. It doesn't require any kind of downtime. So for mission critical databases, it has been used. And same thing has been in the last point, the same thing has been elaborated in the last point as well. Now the most important thing, why I'm using Goldengate, when there are many tools available within Oracle, I would say there are many tools available for migration. I can use RMN, I can use a data guard. Why I'm purchasing Goldengate, why I'm spending money on the Goldengate then? And within other databases, there might be other solutions as well. So why I'm using the very important thing, the very important reason I'm using Goldengate is because of its feature, which it can use any database to any database. It can migrate from Oracle to SQL Server, from Oracle to MySQL, from MySQL to SQL Server, any database to any database on any platform. On any platform means I am working on my one server is on Windows, and I want to replicate that machine or that database on Windows platform to a database which is on Sun Solaris, and which is on maybe which is SQL Server, or maybe which is DB2, or it can be Teradata, it can be any database. So it supports data replication of a heterogeneous mix of databases and cross platforms. So there are lot number of databases it supports, and it also supports lot number of operating systems. So with each version it is moving on, it is adding to its pool a new database and a new operating system. Right now as well, in Goldengate 10 and Goldengate 11 as well, it is supporting most of the databases, and most of the operating systems. It can provide us zero downtime migration, and upgrades are possible for databases, which was not possible earlier. We don't need to give any kind of outage to the users. On the real time, the data can be replicated, and any kind of upgrade, I want to upgrade from 9.9 to 10G or from any SQL Server 2005, 2008. So I can just create the same database or 2008 and I can use Goldengate for it. So the very most two important things why I'm purchasing Goldengate, why I'm spending money on Goldengate, where the companies are spending money on Goldengate, is because of heterogeneous feature and because of feature of zero downtime. And there's some additional things as well which makes my makes a company purchase decision more stronger. It's something like a real time. I can do it. Synchronized data for distributed application. So distributed application means I have one production database. Now I want to replicate this production database into three different servers. Like I have one test server, I have dev server, and I have one more test server. Okay, so I have two test server, one dev server. So changes made on one production server, I want to replicate on all three servers. So this is also possible with Goldengate. And the one thing that is further possible in Goldengate is something like I can do it on basis of some schemas. Like I have 30 schemas in my production databases, so I want to replicate just 10 schemas in test and 10 in dev and 10 in test 2. So I can do this. So all kind of things you can imagine in replication. It's 99% of that things are possible in Goldengate. Or maybe you want like a bi-directional format. Like I would say all the changes are made on my prod 1 should be replicated to prod 2, and all the changes are made in prod 2 I wanted to back into prod 1. So all these kinds of replication are possible in Goldengate. So the fourth point is Goldengate enables us to replicate data in bi-directional format. But both the databases can remain live and both the databases can be heterogeneous. It can be live and it can be different versions, or it can be different databases altogether. Now offloads reporting activity from production database to lower cost secondary systems that have current data for real time. So it's possible with other features as well, with other replication tools as well. Just offloads we move from production to other systems to test machines which are cheaper than the lower cost and which can be used for reporting. So it supports bulk data loads as well. We want to load the data in the bulk format, like we have production database, we have a database of 1 TB and we want to move from 1 TB to the test machine. It supports that. With the help of bulk data, it just replicates the complete database to the other test machine. And later on, when the database are almost in sync, so then we can configure Goldengate to read all the changes. It provides data compression and encryption across the network. So during replication, if I want that data should be compressed, the messages should be compressed, my password should be compressed, the data should be encrypted so that nobody can access it across the network. It is possible in the Goldengate. So it provides all kind of security mechanism, and it's to faster my data transfer. It provides compression as well. So it provides various kind of exception handling and ignoring data conflicts. If my Goldengate is configured for bidirectional, there would be data conflicts as well, because same row can be updated on both these sides. So it has its mechanism to handle those situations because of this exception handling and data conflicts. It enables fast recovery after interruption. Okay, if because of some of the reason my network is down, the network between the production and the prod 1 and prod 2 is crashed or is down. It's once it's up, it's enable the fast recovery. The fast recovery, it just keep on pinging, and once it is up, it will just replicate the changes which happened during that time. Maybe that when the network is down for 1 hour or 2 or maybe 1 day. It will try that it just replicate all the changes which made in last day to the prod 2 without any interruption by the user or by the Goldengate administrator. So we need not to interrupt. We just, the network is up, it automatically detects it and starts the recovery. Anything till now? Any questions? I think all the questions are welcome. Okay, I'm moving ahead. I think Sudhir has one question. ODI. What do you mean by ODI? At the database. And moreover, I'm covering more of the Goldengate version 10. So I'm not adding any new features of Goldengate version 11. And it's something like not a part of a database. It sits outside of the database. It's not a part of database. It's not a part of any database. Okay, I'm just replicate. I just want to replicate only the updates, maybe where the salary of the EMP table, the salary column in the EMP table is greater than 1,000 or 10,000. So I can do some things as well. So right now I just we are moving ahead towards the customers of the Goldengate, and there are large number of customers which are starting adopting, which is the market is of Goldengate is coming up. And most of the, maybe you must have heard the names which I mentioned over in the slide, like Adventist Health System, Jefferson University Hospitals. They in all the industries we are using Goldengate. Like in banking as well, UBS is using. UBS is the big client for the Goldengate, for our Oracle Goldengate. Visa, in the e-commerce as well, SuperValue, HSN, RIM, Reliance in the communication. So there are large number of companies, large number of industries is using Goldengate right now. And I can show you some of the case studies as well. In Bank of America, I'm just a brief the case study how Bank of America is using. Bank of America has the 4 production databases in 4 different locations, and all of them using a bidirectional, and all the changes which is made on the 4 sites are being replicated, and providing the zero runtime during migration. So whenever Bank of America is decides to migrate the database or maybe upgrade the database from this version to this version. Maybe I say I'm running on 11G, I want to migrate to 12C of Oracle. So, or maybe I'm in 2005 of SQL, so I want to migrate to 2008 or 2010. So I can this thing is possible with the zero runtime, with it's providing load balancing, and it's providing uptime for Bank of America databases. So now this is the list of the databases which is supported by Oracle Goldengate right now. So you can just see that most of the databases are already covered: Oracle DB2, Microsoft SQL, so all the versions of that. Sybase, Teradata, InPrep, SQL MP, and SQL MX. Right now there's some other database which is not covered, for capture, and for delivery it is still there, like MySQL, Greenpalm, times 10. So these databases are for the MySQL is already also included in Goldengate version 11. So this is the list for this is last year list for the databases, and MySQL is all right now it's covered. So capture means capture means the source databases. This is the source databases, and right now I would say like a database like Greenplum. Greenplum is not covered till now for the capture. For the destination, we can still use it. So I can have a source like Oracle or Sybase, and in the destination I can still have Greenplum. These are all the operating systems which are being covered by Oracle Goldengate, and you can see this. It is also covering most of the operating systems as well: Windows, Linux, Sun Solaris, HP, different versions of HP, then IBM AIX, and Linux. All the Red Hat Linux, Uzi Linux, all kind of Linux is covered. So now these are the topologies which is Goldengate is supporting. So unidirectional is very simple. We all know what a unidirectional is. Changes made on prod, shifted to test. Bidirectional, we have two prod databases. We have two prod databases. So what I say, prod 1, changes of prod 1 can move to prod 2, and changes from prod 2 can move back to prod 1. It's something like a bidirectional. Now we have kind of a load balancing when we have maybe 3 production databases, changes made from 1 move to prod 2, then prod 2 to prod 3, and prod 3 back to prod 1. So it just shows a different kind of topology which Goldengate is supporting. So you can see it's all kind of complex applications also supported. Broadcasting we also discussed. Changes made on one databases can be distributed among all 3 databases, and similarly I have made changes like on 3 databases in the consolidation, which is used in the data warehousing. The data warehousing things. So I can have a data warehousing server on one machine. So all the changes which are made on all 3 machines can consolidate itself and can move to the final, the destination. So in all those things, the data conflicts will arise, and we need to implement some exception handling and all kind of those things. So now we have scalability and database steering. So it's something like changes made on 1, distributed among 3. So all these kinds of topologies are being supported by Goldengate. So you can imagine that Goldengate is as a tool which covers all kind of replication you can think of, Now these are some of the additional the things which we use in Goldengate, which help us to monitor or which help us to troubleshoot or to prepare the setup for the Goldengate. The first thing is Goldengate software command interface. This is a very powerful powerful command line tool which help us to do the complete setup of the Goldengate, which help us to prepare the scripts for the Goldengate, for the capturing, the delivering, and everything which need to be done in the Goldengate is done through the command interface. Now these are some of the additional tools, like director and variety. These are additional, or you can say optional tools for Goldengate. We can use it or we may not use it. Like it's a software command interface, something like which is with Goldengate. Now these are the additional things which comes under the management pack of the Goldengate. So additional thing the organization need to purchase, which provides us a graphical tool to monitor Goldengate. So it's a graphical tool to monitor. Maybe we have lot number of Goldengates in our setup, and like we can say an enterprise manager in Oracle. Like we have a lot number of things in a lot of number of Goldengate setups already in. So it's provided a tool which manages all of the Goldengate servers. It manages, so it's a graphical tool. So to improve our productivity of the Goldengate administration, improve productivity, we can use Goldengate, but it's not necessary that we use it. We can even manage with the help of the command line tool, that is GGSCI. Now we have one more graphical tool, Veridata, which is the high performance tool that shows the data discrepancy. So when the replication is happening, so it just shows us the data discrepancies which can occur. So it compares both the database, and if any kind of discrepancy is happening, maybe some of the rows which are not able to deliver, not able to deliver. So just shows in the it's also a graphical tool. Otherwise, we have to do it in the GGSCI prompt, and we have to employ some of the scripts. We can have Unix script which monitors it, which monitors the log files. So we can do that but just to simplify the administrative job, we can use Veridata, which is a very powerful tool for reporting the data discrepancies. We will go through these in detail in the course of the Goldengate. We'll go in very detail of the Goldengate software command interface, how we can manage these scripts, how we can troubleshoot with the help of this prompt, and how we can monitor the complete Golden processes, any kind of discrepancies, how we can monitor it. We'll go into very detail of that in the further slides. Now this is the complete Goldengate architecture.